Hi, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we have Perfect Parents by L.G. Davis. Now, in this video, we have a story about surrogacy. Now, our character has agreed to become a surrogate for her friend. But it's more than just that decision to become a surrogate. In fact, there's a lot of drama because the drama surrounds infertility and loss. Now, here we have Grace, who has agreed to become Marcia and her husband's surrogate. The thing is, she had a chance to become a surrogate years before. And that chance to become a surrogate years before makes the story a then and now. I believe then was 2015, and then we have now. Now, again, I mentioned that the story deals with infertility, so if infertility and loss is something that would trigger you, just, keep that in mind. Now, why did Grace decide to become a surrogate? And I like the fact that Marcia asked her, or somebody asked her, how many children do you have? And she's like, I don't have any children. So they found it odd that a woman without children would agree to be a surrogate for a child that she would be giving away. And then I don't know much about surrogacy, but I do know this. As a very sensitive, emotional, family-oriented person, surrogacy definitely would not work for me. That I can tell you. So anyway, when you have a woman who makes this decision, it's got to be a difficult decision. And what happened in this case is, as she makes this decision, she finds herself subject to the strict, I guess we'll call it strict behavior or strict expectations of the couple, okay? And now, while you deal with her trail of, pregnancy, the progress in the pregnancy, getting to the end of the pregnancy, the book goes back to something that happened before that. And I don't know that I want to tell you what that was, other than to tell you that it was very, very sad, okay? And I also don't want to call this a psychological thriller, even though because of the title of the book, Perfect Parents, we know that some things don't meet the eye. It was more like domestic suspense / women's fiction. And then it was that emotional thing, especially when Grace suffered great emotional angst due to that other part of the story that was split in this book. How did I feel about this book? I think it was a great book. I think this is my second book by L.G. Davis, so I was glad to get it. But being on reading a book that's not a psychological thriller when you expect a psychological thriller, that kind of makes you think a little bit more about it. But I like the balance. What I really liked was the balance of the emotional journey that Grace was on, based with the direction Grace chose to go in because of that terrible experience that was part of her life. And then you have the current situation with the emotional journey that Grace is on based on this decision, knowing that she's going to be giving this baby to the parents that she's doing the surrogacy for. And another thing that was, hard for me as a woman, as a mother, as a grandmother, is trying to never view the baby as hers. Trying never to say my baby. Only being able to say the baby. Then you have to look at Marcia and Travis, the parents, or the would-be parents. You know, at first they befriended Grace and they seemed like decent people. But where the psychological thriller kind of comes in is there are things that happen to Grace during that course of those 9 months that leave you wondering who is exhibiting the nefarious behavior in this book. Is it Marcia? Is it Travis? Is it Marcia's mother? Or is it just a complete different person altogether? And that's why the genre kind of throws me a little bit. So I guess let's break it up into 3. Her past, her present, and the things that are happening to her presently. Now, has Grace made a good decision to become a surrogate mother? And then there's Clayton, somebody that she meets in a coffee shop. He's a father to, I think, a 5-year-old daughter. He lost his wife. And now Grace has an opportunity for a relationship. Now, can she grow a relationship with Clayton with not only with the drama of her being pregnant as a surrogate mother, but with the drama / danger / strange course of events happening to her right now? And then as the book unfolds, all through Grace's first person perspective, you have some surprising twists and turns. And I love these twists and turns, and I'm going to call them surprising twists and turns because they're placed at just the right spots in this book. Just the right spots to keep you very, very, very interested. And like I said, if there's any concern that I had as a reader, it was only 2 things. It was the genre and the fact that I know I could never do this. But that's what makes Perfect Parents a perfect book. Yeah, because it was written in such a way to make the reader think, to feel for Grace, and to wonder what was going to happen at the end of this book. And that is Perfect Parents, who was previously titled with a different name, but I like the name Perfect Parents. I like the rename of this book. So I want to thank Booker Choi, I want to thank NetGalley, and I want to tell the reader, yes, go get this book. I'm scrolling here because it's on Kindle Unlimited, free. So if you don't have a Kindle Unlimited subscription, here's a tip, get it. Why? Because most of the Booker Choi titles that I do for blog tours are available on Kindle Unlimited. And I'm going to do something that I've never done in a book review video, but I just want to show you something. This is my September and October. You see all that purple? Those are all Booker Choi titles for September and October. So yeah, grab yourself a Kindle Unlimited subscription. It'll save you a lot of money and give you lots of good reading. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.